Good morning, and welcome to your meditation practice. And I say good morning because no matter what time of day it is where you are right now, somewhere it is always morning, the sun is always rising, and it is completely possible to take a fresh start. And meditation practice is very much about taking this fresh start. So this will be a 10-minute introduction to the practice. And before we begin, there are two things I want to explain briefly. And the first is that meditation is about the placement of attention. And usually our attention is completely absorbed by our thoughts, and we think we have no choice about that, but we do. So to demonstrate, I want to ask you, without moving or looking, to place your attention on your left knee. Just notice your knee. Now, move your attention to your right ear, and just notice your ear. So whatever just moved between your knee and your ear, that is your attention, and that is what you're going to place on the breath during meditation practice. And I'll explain in more detail what that means when we begin the practice. The second thing I want to explain is that meditation is not about clearing the mind of thought. So if you've ever thought to yourself, well, I could try to meditate, but I can't stop thinking. Stop thinking that, because there is no need to stop thought. There's no need to manipulate thought. There's no requirement that you have only peaceful thoughts. You can have whatever kind of thoughts you like during meditation practice. The idea, again, is not to stop thought, but to take a different relationship to thought. And you are absolutely capable of doing so. So, again, I'll explain more about that when we get into the practice. And let's do that right now. So meditation practice is based on three kinds of mindfulness, three things to be mindful of. And the first is mindfulness of body. So the practice begins with the way you take your seat. If you're seated on the floor, your legs are crossed loosely in front of you. And if you're on a chair, which is fine, scoot forward a little bit so that your back isn't leaning on anything, unless that's painful, in which case don't do it. And your feet should be flat on the floor. And you want to sit up straight, but relaxed. Not straight like a steel rod stuck in the ground, but more like you're taking your seat right in the middle of your life, like a king or a queen, with a quality of relaxation and rightness. This is where I belong. Your hands are palms down, just above the knee or at mid-thigh, and the belly is very relaxed. So let your belly relax, and your chest, and your throat, and your shoulders. The chin is tucked a little bit to bring an additional sense of length to the back, and the mouth is closed. In this practice, the eyes remain open, and the gaze is cast down to a spot about 6 feet in front of you. And it doesn't matter what's in that spot. Just let your gaze rest there and receive whatever's in that spot, as if whatever it is coming toward you to be seen. So the eyes can rest back. The crown of the head reaches up a little bit, as if you could touch the sky. At the same time, the sit bones reach down. So this quality of reaching up with the crown and down with the sit bones enables you to join heaven and earth in your own body. And this is mindfulness of body. Please feel your own natural elegance in this posture. Now bring your attention to your breath as it flows in and out through the nose. There's no need to breathe in any particular way. Just place your attention on your breath. Come all the way in on the inhalation. See if you can detect the moment it becomes the exhalation, and then dissolve out on the out-breath with your attention. Notice the little gap that follows the exhalation, and then just watch as the following inhalation simply arises, which it will, and begin again. Coming in with the in-breath, dissolving out on the out-breath, resting in the little gap, and then just watching while the next inhalation gathers and arises. There is basically no effort required to do this. So the mind rides the breath with a light touch. And this is mindfulness of breath. So at some point it could happen that your attention is absorbed in thought rather than breath. This is not a problem. All you have to do the moment you notice is to simply let that thought go with a quality of gentleness, and then also with gentleness, just return your attention to your breath. It does not matter what kind of thought has taken your attention, whether it is trite or brilliant or dull or critical or urgent or shocking. All you have to do the moment you notice is, as I said, just let it go. If it helps, you can say to yourself, silently, thinking, with a quality of marking that spot and snip, cutting your tie to that thought, and then gently coming back to your breath. As I said, it does not matter how many times you have to do this. All that matters is that at some point you notice that you're thinking, you let it go, and you come back to ride the breath. This is mindfulness of mind. So we have mindfulness of body, which brings the quality of stability, and mindfulness of breath, which brings the quality of peace. And mindfulness of mind which generates the quality of extraordinary spaciousness. So these things, stable, peaceful, and spacious, are the practice. They also are who you are. So let's practice together for a little while. Thank you very much for your practice. I hope it will bring tremendous benefit to your day.